Hi everyone and welcome back. Are you planning a home project and are you feeling overwhelmed by all the material options out there? Well, today we're going to be breaking down how to choose the right material for your project, from durability to cost, from design to maintenance. So let's get started. Now, when choosing building materials, you want to consider these key factors. Number one, durability, which is how well will the material hold up to the local weather. For example, here in Nigeria, cement and concrete are excellent materials. They are durable to our particular tropical climate. Number two, cost. It is important to balance quality with affordability. Materials like timber and steel all have different price points as well as maintenance costs that you need to be taken into consideration. Number three is aesthetics and design. Now, the look of your home matters a lot. So you need to be asking yourself how materials like engineered wood, marble, and natural stone look in your overall design and dream and maybe Pinterest board for your home. That brings me to my last point, maintenance. Now, like I mentioned before, some materials require more upkeep than others. For instance, untreated timber can actually lead to untreated timber would actually need regular sealing and painting. So you know that little can where they call wood varnish? Yes, when you decide to go with timber, you may want to use that occasionally, maybe every few years or every few months, depending on how much it deteriorates, and you might want to paint your wood so that it gives it that shiny, fresh look. Now, let's take a closer look at some common choices of materials in the market out there. Number one is cement and concrete. Cement and concrete are great for structural elements and foundations in a project. They are robust and they are versatile. Quality cement, though, and proper curing is crucial for longevity. Yes, quality cement and proper curing is crucial for longevity. Okay. Now, concrete blocks and bricks is the second material I'm talking about. It is excellent for insulation and it is fire resistant. It's a popular choice for walls and partitions. Number three is timber. Now, timber is ideal for interior and decorative elements. So think those of you that maybe in your home you like a tropical sort of island aesthetic in your house. So you might want to look at things like cane chairs, cane tables. They are all loosely part of the wood family. So that. And another thing that you're going to remember about timber is that timber needs treatment in order to prevent decay and termite damage over time. That brings me to my last material, steel. Now, steel is used in modern designs. When I say modern designs, you know those cool houses we see architects do now where they look futuristic and they look very geometric, but at the same time they have this clean, minimalist aesthetic. Most of the time, steel and glass is behind it. So that's why it's mostly used in modern designs nowadays. Steel is strong and it allows for sleek and open structures. Unfortunately, it is more expensive and it requires rust protection. Well, you guys are in luck because I also spoke with a local contractor who shared some additional practical tips, and here's what he said. Now, tip number one, you want to plan ahead. Budget for both material costs and installation. And remember that unexpected expenses usually and can arise if you do not plan properly in the first place. Number two is to source locally. Now, the reason why is that local materials sometimes, more often than not, are better suited to the environment that you are currently in. And they may be more affordable due to reduced transportation costs because you are not going to be importing them from abroad. They're right here at home. And that brings me to tip number three, quality over quantity. It is better to invest in higher quality materials for critical components when it comes to building, like the foundation or the roofing of a project. Now, you know, here in Nigeria, every few months or so, or maybe every few years, we get tragic news of a building being set on fire, going up in flames, or maybe a building just up and collapsing on thousands of people out of nowhere. The reason why is that usually sometimes the contractors went cheap on the foundation and the structure of the building. So because of that, it struggles to hold up with the weather over time, and it just leads to a lot of problems. Unfortunately, it crushes people. So if you know you do not dream of creating a project that one day will crush you and your family, or maybe important people in your life, I would recommend taking tip number 3 very seriously. You need to take it to heart. It is the most important tip in any part of the world. In fact, in most places where they actually have like building regulations and laws, they do not joke with this. The foundation and the roofing of a house is critical. Now, this is the foundation that I covered. The roofing is important because, you know, here in Nigeria, we have rainy season. You don't want to be in your house sometime around June and July, and then rain, your house is being flooded, not because you left the tap open, but because the water is actually leaking from your roof. I don't know about you, but that is very traumatic. I mean, how are you going to explain to people who come and help you and be like, how did your house get flooded? And then you tell them, my roof is leaking. And at the same time, you are the one that was involved in this home project of yours. You were building it every step of the way. People are going to give you looks like that means you went cheap on the roofing. You know? And people will be like, you knew better. You knew better. So why would you do that? But anyway, moving on. Now, one final thing to remember is that every project is unique. It is unique because it changes depending on the individual that's in charge of the project. And as human beings, we're all very versatile and very, very different. So evaluate your specific needs and consult with professionals before making your final decision. If you enjoyed this guide, hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment sharing your home project experiences. I've been seeing a lot of videos on TikTok sometimes, and I see many people doing renovations of their kitchens and stuff like that. Those are all building projects. I'd love to see people like that in the comments. If they are like you, please leave a comment. Let me know of your experiences, the contractors, how the whole process was like. Bye. See you next time. Thank you for watching.